In this video, we'll show you a quick introduction to the HERA Acquisition app. Connect your HERA using the power button in the device panel or double-clicking on the device name. In the Live View panel, you can visualize the real-time image coming from the camera. Manually adjust the focus of the camera while looking at the live view image. In the Device Parameters panel, adjust the parameters related to the camera, such as gain and exposure time. The plots along the side of the image enable us to visualize the counts of the camera along these green lines shown by the cross in the image. We can now adjust the exposure time in order to bring those counts up and use the full dynamic range of the camera. Check whether the counts are reaching the saturation threshold by clicking on different pixels in the image or by enabling the Show Saturation button. With this button checked, any pixels that are reaching saturation will be shown in red in the image. You can also adjust the aperture slider on the camera body in order to avoid saturation. If necessary, in the Region of Interest subpanel, select a portion of the image to be captured. In the control bar at the top of the app, we select the spectral resolution. Higher resolution measurements mean a longer measurement time. You can also adjust the number of averages in order to improve the signal-to-noise ratio. Now that we're ready, we can start the acquisition with the Start Acquisition button. The time required for the camera to collect the measurement will depend on the exposure, spectral resolution, and number of averages that you've selected. Following the measurement and a moment for data processing, we can find the final dataset in the Hyperspectral View panel. The slider in the middle of the screen selects which wavelength is shown in the image above. As we move the cursor over the image, we can also see the individual spectrum from each pixel shown in the plot below. We now return to the Live panel in order to capture the flat field image, which we will need to calculate the reflectance. To do this, remove the sample and place a white reference covering the measured area. Adjust the exposure time to avoid image saturation. And using the dedicated Flat Field Acquisition panel, we start the measurement. This measurement is going to be used to correct for any variations in the illumination light across the scene. You might think of it like taking a blank in an absorption measurement, except here we have a blank for every single pixel. Once the normalization has been calculated, in the Hyperspectral View panel, you can view the normalized data. By selecting with the crosshair button, you can view the spectrum of a point in yellow and compare it with the spectrum of another pixel or the corresponding flat field. Save the measurement using the Export Details panel. Here we enter the measurement name. We select a destination folder. And finally, we choose the data that we want to export by checking the corresponding boxes. We can also enter some notes in this field here that are going to be saved along with the data in case there's information we want to remember about the measurement. Click on Export, and we're done. Learn more at our website or send us an email, info@nereos.com.